Hi, YouTube world. I'm Gabriel Flores, also known as the one, the only, maybe Lee. Thank you for joining me today. We are continuing my talk show. It's a very special talk show because, I put a lot of effort into it and we've been at it for a while. So, we've kind of got to know each other a bit. We've become accustomed to each other. And so, we're nearing the end, guys. Stick around because we're in the most exciting part of the talk show right now because we are currently in the climax of the talk show, and the climax lasts 4 days. The climax is like the culmination of all my secrets to this life. And following the climax, we will jump into the finale. In 6 days, it starts. So tomorrow's day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Day 6 will be the start of the finale. Last 3 days, and it's going to be a positive thing. I really want you guys to stick around for this because it's a positive message that I'm trying to send out there into the world, where I take something that I think is negative in my life and I kind of try to find positive stuff about it and try to figure out how I'm going to turn it into a positive thing, how we can turn a negative thing into a positive, if it's possible. Is it possible? I think it is possible, and the finale is where I attempt to do just that. So stick around. The finale is like the mountain in my life and features a famous producer. If you guys haven't already done so, go back to the playlist and check out all my other episodes. Get caught up on these topics. They're very exciting. As you guys know, in this talk show, I pair together 2 topics. The first one is about myself, knowledge, personal knowledge I've gained, I have experiences, stuff like that. And then I pair it together with another topic. Each morning that I air, I gather my thoughts and main points and conduct research if I need to. Then that day at 3:30, I start reviewing everything that I've already planned the morning of. And so that way at 4 p.m. every day, I can start recording for 17 minutes. 17-minute episodes is the goal. And my goal is basically to hit all those main points, to hit any main point. I don't necessarily have to hit what I covered because it's not really set in stone. I'm just, in the morning, I'm just kind of like, okay, what are the 2 main topics? Because I have everything already planned. All 42 episodes are planned, the main points. But what I discuss under those main points can change at any time. But during the morning time, I start exploring a little bit more in detail. Okay, these are the 2 main topics. Let's try to go down this path. But sometimes when the show starts, it starts in a completely different sector, and the conversation still relates to the main points, still is the main points, but I have a different path that I've taken or something like that. And that's totally fine in my book. And, so that's what kind of makes this talk show exciting, is just that, I have to think on my toes sometimes. I do research, I put effort into it. But we're near the end, so I hope you guys stick around. It's going to be very important these next couple days of information that I have, just cool stuff that I think is way cool in my life, information and stuff like that. So let's, I want to discuss a really cool topic that I have planned for you guys today, which is knowledge of the universe. Knowledge of the universe is like the chicken and the egg. Which one came first? And you'll see why I say that. It's like the chicken and the egg. Which one came first? Because, it started a long time ago in my childhood when I first opened my eyes and I found myself doing stuff that kids do. At least the type of kid that I was, doing stuff that I wanted to do. Who knows where it came from, whether it was TV or from my siblings or just information I had stored in there. But, as far as the universe, I remember being scared of the dark. At nighttime, I was scared of the dark. I would always feel a presence of darkness. that I didn't like that would give me a chill up my spine. Me and my sister both were at times scared of the dark, and I was pretty much scared of the dark all the time, but I remember a couple of times me and my sister were scared of the dark together. And so I count that as knowledge of the universe because darkness comes from the universe. And that's a big thing associated with darkness is fear. So what exactly that means in my life, I don't really know. I just know that it made me fearful and I was scared of the dark, of the darkness of the universe made me scared at the earliest age that I could remember. The second thing in my childhood that sits prominent is not wanting to wake up early in the morning time to go to school. I always dreaded waking up early in the morning. And even today, I think it's sacrilegious to wake up early and put yourself through pain. And so I kind of, that's kind of just been with me all my life. That if there's one thing I don't like about life is if you have to force yourself to wake up early in the morning. And I associate that with knowledge of the universe because morning wouldn't exist without the universe again. And this is a big aspect of my life. These are two, the pattern that I'm seeing is my knowledge of the universe at a very young age is negative, really negative. It has a negative impact on my life, on my personal life so far. I remember at night I would pee the bed when I was sleeping during the night. I sleep during the night. Everybody sleeps during the nighttime. There's something in our body that tells us it's time to go to sleep. If you don't sleep during the nighttime, you're not going to feel the same during the day. You can sleep during the day to catch up on sleep, but you're still not going to feel the same until you get back to your regular sleep cycle. And that's the universe again. It's nighttime. It's time to sleep. There's two things about the nighttime: fear and then pee in the bed. That's another negative thing. I couldn't control, as a child, I couldn't control my bladder when I was sleeping at nighttime. And like I said, how that connects to the universe, I don't quite know, but I know it is connected to knowledge of the universe, my knowledge of the universe. And then another memory I have in my childhood about the universe is my brother, my older brother, telling me and my best friend Rigo were inspired by his storytelling abilities, and he used to like to tell us stories at nighttime, and he would make a really cool like evil sounding voice, and he would say we're living in medieval times, and like the moon would be out in the dark time and the nighttime and the stars are in the sky, and he would tell us a story, and that's part of the story. Part of it, he would keep saying, oh, we're living in medieval times. And me and my friend Rigo would crack up. So it was funny, but it was also entertaining too at the same time. And he couldn't have accomplished that without the night sky, without the stars in the sky, without the moon. The effect that he was able to achieve was in part because of the universe. And he was employing the universe as kind of like a backboard to tell us a story. So that was kind of cool. It's a memory that just popped up that I thought was associated with knowledge of the universe. But in my childhood, I perceived the universe before I ever learned about the universe. All those examples that I gave you, I was perceiving, and I had a in-depth and strong perception of the universe, the effects of the universe, the force of the universe, technical aspects of the universe, all come from that perception, those perceptions, that's a perception way before I ever learned about, the revolution of the planet or us revolving around the sun and all that stuff. So my perception in my childhood came before learning about the universe. So I found that important. Another important thing is today, as I work on this project about knowledge about the universe, I find myself learning about the universe before perceiving the universe. I was sitting at my table today, um, looking up information about the universe, astrophysics, um, and just knowledge. Just looking at knowledge on my phone before I actually perceive that. Yeah, it's actually daytime right now. It's the sun's out in the sky right now. So today was different. I was learning about the universe before I actually perceived it because I woke straight up. I was tired in the morning, so you can kind of think of that. But I went straight to the table in the kitchen and started learning about the universe on my phone. Started looking up stuff about the universe, and then I perceived the what the universe means for us today. So that's why I say it's like the chicken and the egg. Which one came first? You know, did perception of the universe come before learning about it? So you know, that's what I know. That's my knowledge of the universe. That's the type of knowledge that I possess. How powerful is it? Is there any power associated with it? Will it equate to anything in the long run? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what it means on the individual level. But, you know, another person who has a strong perception of the universe and possesses a lot of knowledge of the universe is a astrophysicist by the name of Neil deGrasse Tyson. I gathered information from the website haydenplanetarium.org. The name of the website is Neil deGrasse Tyson, updated on 20 in the year of 2018 this year. He has several works that the website lists, and I'll provide them to you right now. His one of his books is called Accessory to War. Another book, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. Star Talk is a TV show and radio show. And then his latest one is Cosmos Possible Worlds, which is starring on Fox. I haven't seen it yet on Fox. I watch Fox a lot, but according to haydenplanetarium.org, he has this new talk show on Fox. So I am thinking it's going to be popping up soon. Like I said, he's an astrophysicist. So, you know, physics in outer space, I don't know exactly what that means, but he's just a really smart person when it comes to the universe, and he has a lot of projects relating to the universe that I've watched. But just thinking about his title, astrophysics, you know, astro is outer space and stuff like that. And physics, I think physics has to do with movement. So, you know, moving rockets through space and time travel, aging, stuff like that. And, you know, that's one of the smartest fields you can get into is physics. And then astrophysics is even further up there on the spectrum of smart cats. Of geek, I'd say geeks. But the cool thing about him is he puts it in terms that's relatable to kids nowadays. He makes it relatable, he makes it understandable and entertaining at the same time. Nowadays, you know, I've been focusing on the universe a little bit more as far as what I can see with my eyes. You know, what does a star actually look like? Because we think of a star as a star, the 5-point star. We just do a 5-point star for a star. And when I draw pictures, that's how I represent a star on a piece of paper. But, you know, a star, when you look at it with your eye, looks different. So lately I've been focusing my knowledge in that type of area, but I've taken an astronomy class before in the past, and I excelled in the class. I really liked it. Looking at planets and stuff with telescopes and just learning about different things was pretty cool. I found pretty cool. I always like watching stuff about aliens, and that's associated with outer space, such as aliens in Egypt or ancient aliens is another one that kind of relates to the stuff I'm talking about, knowledge of the universe. And, just perceiving, what does it mean when you see a constellation in the night sky where these stars appear to be fixed in the sky? What does that mean for us? Is it something that's a negative thing that we perceive as negative, or is it a positive thing? What do stars represent and stuff like that are thoughts that are going through my head. You go outside into the night sky and look at the Big or Little Dipper, and you think about that type of stuff. Or you go look at Orion's Belt, which is the three stars. And now I've even been able to make out his sword, Orion's sword. And then, so, I'm starting to just learn a little bit more about the cosmos, a little bit more technical knowledge. Big Ursa, which is the North Star, I think. I think Big Ursa is the North Star, and it's symbolized as a bear, a brown bear. And so I find that cool. All that stuff is very mystical to me. Check out some of this stuff, guys. These books from Neil deGrasse Tyson. We'll see you later.